everybody, welcome to Embellish the Story. I'm so glad you joined me today. It's been a while since I checked in with you guys, and I just wanted to show you a project I've been working on. This is a design team project for Oohlala Vintage Treasures, and I've had it done for a while, and I wanted to go ahead and show it to you guys. I really enjoyed this collection. This paper collection is Pink Silk Atelier by Oohlala Vintage Treasures, and it is available on Etsy, and I will leave you the link. And then a lot of the trims and appliques and laces are from Oohlala Vintage Treasures Crystals and Pearls Kit Club, and there are a limited number of ladies who can receive it because there's just only so many of those kits that she can make. But if you're interested in finding out how to get in this club, I will leave the Facebook link, and you can message Doreen, and she will tell you about getting in the kit club. So I did use some of my trims on this, and I will try to point out to you what's from Doreen and let you get an idea of what's in that kit club, because I truly love getting the items in her kit club. She thrifts and collects a lot of vintage things that are super hard to find. So that's a source where I can get really unique vintage items to use in my journal, and it just adds so much to them and makes it so lovely to craft with. And I've enjoyed being in that club for about 6 years now, so I just love it. So this is the design team project. It's a full-size journal. I'm going to try to stay in frame and let you see everything as well as possible. So there are a lot of beautiful dress forms in this collection. She did this collection like a craft sewing room, so you're going to see that theme throughout. And it's just a gorgeous collection. It's like my dream craft room. But I'll show you the cover. I know this is some of the lace from the kit club, and then here is a piece of lace from my stash. This is from a wedding gown of mine that I cut the trim. I know this pink trim is from Doreen. And then what's behind here is a really big, wide, probably 8 or 9 inch wide, beautiful lace that's laying underneath this image. I did put a dangle here. It's like a little, can you see it? It kind of dangles down here, and it's from some of my blingy, sparkly bits that I have. I tied it with a satin pink ribbon. This was ribbon left over from my son's wedding. And then the other side is, the whole journal is covered with this. It's got some sequins on it. This was from a skirt I thrifted, and then this is from a wedding gown that I found. So the whole journal is covered with that, but then the front's covered with more lace in the image. So this is, I'm hoping you can see it. This is what the cover looks like. I really like the way it turned out. I just thought it was beautiful. There were so many pretty dress forms, it was hard for me to choose which one to use. But finally I decided this to go with my pinks. So it's kind of chunky. You know, I just make chunky journals. I like them chunky. No, I don't like them chunky. Well, it is a junk journal, but I like them chunky. And so this one is chunky. I made it from an Amazon. It's the base, the foundation is an Amazon package, and it was just the plain envelope. It didn't have the padded stuff in it. It was just a plain envelope. So in this journal, there are pockets here. You can see the Amazon packaging. I do have goodies stuffed in this pocket, but I I haven't made the things to go in this pocket yet. So when you open the journal, I always try to tell a little story. And I wanted to kind of tell you the story in this journal. So I started by putting a door like you're walking into a craft room or a craft studio. And you can see her beautiful pinks. This is some of Doreen's lace in the kit here that I made this pocket from. This pocket does extend to the back. Oops, I had a piece come off that. I'll have to put that back on. All right, so there's pocket on the front and the back. This is a signature that you can remove the pages, so it's just tied here. I like those signatures a lot of times because it gives me the flexibility to slip things in as I want to add them. So in this pocket, I put one of the beautiful dress form postcards she has. I always back my items. So this is a quilted pattern. I put one of the beautiful sewing machines she has. This is a piece of Doreen's. It's not from this kit club, but it is a piece from a previous kit club kit. And then here's a beautiful card with the dress form and the sewing machine. Isn't that beautiful, the backing? And I know all the lace and that beautiful trim is from this current kit club kit. This had some beautiful pink trims that I love, pinks and beiges, which are my favorite. All right, so I try to leave as many pages where you can easily journal as possible, but here is just my dream craft room, y'all. I mean, that is stunning. Oh my goodness, just gorgeous. I hope you can see some of the detail there. So on this page, this is a trim she had in the kit, and I'm pretty sure that's a French trim. And what I did was I just put a topper on it that flips up so that you can journal there. And then I decorated the topper on both sides. So I don't know if you can see it. It kind of cascades out the bottom of the journal. And it's pretty on both sides. I like stuff to hang out of my journal so you can see it. So I like that. So let me go back. So there's that. This is a beautiful page that she had a ruffle. She has a ruffle sewn to it, and that was in the kit. I put that in there, and as you can see, these things will just slip in and out easily. I need to pull it from the other side. Okay, here's another piece of a beautiful craft room image. Just lovely. And then here are some spools of pink and white threads. Here is another page she had in this kit club, and she had this lace sewn onto it, and it's just a beautiful pink page with the beige lace. And then I did put a little dangle here of a little piece of a applique she gave us. She gave us this little rhinestone rondelle on this bead pin, and this stamped piece. And this is some of the fabric trim she had in the kit. So I made a little dangle from that. I like it to kind of stick over. That's a piece of wedding gown of mine. And here is just more of the lovely images from Pink Silk Atelier. Look at that ruffle. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. This is a gorgeous kit. So I left lots of room for journaling. You can journal here around this. And then here is a pocket I made. This is I'm pretty sure this is the ephemera set. These are the pages, and this is the ephemera set. And I think it was an envelope, but I cut out, let me see, I cut out just the envelope part and put it on here like a pocket. Then I used another postcard and another sewing machine image. And here is the other side. Oh, no, this is another ruffled page she gave us with the lace sewn on. And it really cascades off the side of this journal. I love it. So pretty. And here is another beautiful craft room. So inspiring. Really makes me want to work in my craft room. She gave us this beautiful lace ruffle. And it was sewn down the center. And it's tea-dyed. And what I did was I cut out some of the images. I hope I'm in frame. I cut out some of the images in her, I think this is her ephemera set. And then I just put them in the center of the ruffle. And I made that ruffle a pocket. So I put one of the postcards in there. Right. So here is another sheet and this is like parchment paper. And it has tulle ruffle on the side of it. And she gave us this piece of her digital in the kit. And it's printed on vellum. So there's those. And then this is a bingo card. I think it's the last project I did on YouTube. And she put the card in the kit. And then everything that I decorated this card with came from the Crystals and Kit Club kit. So all of this is from that kit. So there's the bingo card. And I just paper clipped it in the journal. That was really fun to do. I'll leave the link to that video in the description. I just used some sari silk and I just made a bow, and then these pages go in and out. These are some pieces, they're acrylic pieces of a chandelier. So I tied those on the bottom of the signature binding. And then look at that beautiful desk. I would love to work there. All right, so this is the other side of the vellum that has, the parchment paper that has the tulle ruffle. And it was a long page, so I just folded it and it flips like this. And I put one of her embellishments on there. So you can use that to flip. There's the other side of that vellum. Here is a pocket that is just a lace pocket. I put this bow that was in the kit from a ball pen. And then there's a little tulle bow and then another one of those embellishment pieces. And let's see. Here is a beautiful dress form. There's several of these in the kit. It was so hard to decide what to use. This is an applique piece from the Kit Club. And this trim is from the Kit Club too. Love that. Let's see what else did I put in here. I just put a little piece of printed paper in there. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that image. So, so pretty. So this is just a little lace pocket. This is a sheet, I think. Is there a rough? No, there's not. This was just a sheet, and I put, this is part of an applique she had in the kit. And then here's another, it's one of the bigger flower embellishments, and I made it into a tuck spot. And I put just this little postcard. I tucked it up under there. Look at that. Isn't that just a beautiful spread? I mean, so gorgeous. Here is another beautiful page. This is one of her appliques here that was in the kit. This kit was full of stunning appliques. This was a piece to one of her appliques. And then this was a, what do you call that? One of those envelopes that I cut in half. So I've got the other half of that. I collaged it. And then one of her postcards just slipped right in there. And also in the pocket, whoops, is one of the doilies, and I just used a pearl brad, and I just made a booklet out of papers that were in the kit. So that's a little booklet. Just put that on there like that. Okay. So here is more journaling space and more beautiful images. This pink paper is the other side that I've shown you earlier. I used a dress form as a tuck here, and it's just got this envelope, like a journaling card, and then I did this bow with this button. This button came from a previous kit of hers. Isn't that pretty? Okay, this kit was so lovely to work with, just gorgeous. So here, look at this. Look at these vintage dresses and vintage blouses, just gorgeous. I love this quilted. Here's the other side of the quilted pattern. Gorgeous quilt. Let's see, this was, oh, I know what this was. This came off. Here is this, so this is a vintage earring that I thrifted. And I thought I would just use it like a paper clip, like a clip. So I had clipped that on there, but I was a little rough with the journal. So that just is like a clip, and then it dangles off. And I didn't want, so what this is holding is this, the clip is holding this embossed envelope, and I just couldn't bring myself to alter this. So I just used it like that and thought I would put this image here and then clip that on to kind of, I don't know, give that some fancy. But I just couldn't bring myself to do that. Let's see what I tucked in here. I don't even remember. Oh, yeah, she had this French stamp done on this paper, so I tucked that inside the envelope. All right. And I just clipped it on like this. So this was a neat way to use a clip-on earring as kind of like a little paper clip. This one isn't real tight, so I'll probably need to find a different one. Right, so here is the back cover, the back inside cover, and there's that beautiful image. And then I did this dangle, and this was attached, it came off, I'm sorry. So this hangs here, and I'll show you what that's attached to. It's got a bow that's in the kit, and I put a rhinestone pearl embellishment on it. It's got the Oohlala stamp. Just a scrap piece from the kit, and then I have this pretty lace, and I ran that pink ribbon through there for some cohesion. This is a booklet she put in the kit, and I left it just as she did it. I didn't think it really needed any work. So I left the booklet as she did it. I did this card with some of my trims, and then this was another beautiful embossed piece she gave us, and I didn't want to completely cover it either. So I left it, I put a hole in it. I just covered it with this sequin, it's not sequin, it's like a gold little dots on this sheer pink. And I just hung this there. So I get to enjoy the embossing, but it's decorative. And that's the way I did that. So I put it in here like this, and then casket, and then I let it dangle from over the pocket. And I thought that turned out really pretty. I've got to take that ball pin off and put that lace back in there. So here is the back, and I really had a great time doing this journal. Thank you, Doreen, for allowing me to be on your design team. It's such a pleasure to design for you, and it's such a pleasure to work with you and to have your friendship. I really appreciate you. So, I haven't been on here for a while. It's been several weeks. Y'all know my sweet precious mom has been sick for a few years, and actually the day that I finished this journal, I got a call about 30 minutes later, and she had fallen, and I took her to the hospital, and she had fallen. She wasn't really hurt from the fall, but she had fallen because she was just feeling so poorly, and her health just spiraled quickly, and so she passed this summer. I am trying to get back in my craft room. This is the first day I've been back in here. I don't know why. I haven't been back in here because this really is a place that I can just be creative, and it kind of soothes my soul, but it's just, you know, it's just been a bit of a struggle. So that's where I've been, and that's what's going on, and you know, we had that one, we get one mom, and mine was, all moms are special, and mine was just such a blessing in my life, and she just was my person. So that's what's been going on, and excuse me, I don't want to end this on a sad note, but I wanted you to know what's going on. So I care about y'all. If your little mama's still here, love on her, okay? Just love on her and tell her you love her every chance you get. So thank you for joining me. There's a button cards and sampler cards that go with this Pink Silk Atelier collection. So that's on my list of things to print and to work with. So hopefully I will start, get some of that printed, and we can make some of the button cards and the sampler cards together. So thanks for joining me. I love y'all. Bye-bye.